All right, so I'm going to try a quick Pelican case review on the AirPods Pro. I'm not going to belabor the point. Let me just give you quick context. Quick context on this is that I just recently, my AirPods popped out of my case that I had for the first time. So I had a case for a couple of years, have the AirPods Pro for a couple of years. In fact, I'm going to show you the case, and I'm not going to bash anybody. I mean, cases wear out, right? But I had this case. It's been a great case overall, really. The lid has gotten a little loose, so not as thrilled with the way that the lid catches on. And honestly, I got a tear finally up here or down here on the bottom. It's going to get a little tear. So, but what happened was I was getting in the car day before yesterday, and these jumped out. The problem is that when you put them in, they're sort of in, but they get slippery, and they pretty easily slide right out. The top doesn't seat very well. And then these somehow, I don't know how I did it, they kind of popped out. So, okay, so I've had this case 2 years, decent case. My wife has one, my son has one. So, you know, no complaints really overall. But my son says, Dad, you know what? He says, Pelican. Pelican is, they've got an AirPods case. And I said, hey, Pelican, man. Pelican's the stuff. And I've got Pelican. I mean, I've got Pelican cases of all types and shapes and sizes for a variety of things. And so I thought, yeah, man, I'm on that. Let me jump on this thing and have some fun with Pelican, because it's got to be awesome, right? Because everybody knows that Pelican is, again, top tier, number one, top notch, whatever you want to say. It is a fantastic case. So comes yesterday. I was excited. I thought this is going to be great. So I opened the box. So already been opened, so can't call this an unboxing or whatever you want to call it. Pull the case out, and immediately I go, hey, this is pretty cool, right? So not bad. Well, wait a minute. Okay, I didn't expect camo, which is fine. I just didn't read properly when I got it. I thought I was getting a black case, but don't really care. Camo is cool, so I could deal with that. But immediately I realized this thing is really super lightweight. It doesn't have a deep thickness and a thunk to it like I thought it was going to. It's really kind of lightweight. So, okay, so that's fine. Put this AirPods Pro case to the test, and I said, well, let's try and let's see what's going on. Well, so there you go. Snap. You have to snap it a little bit. It takes a little bit of work. And I thought I'd get in there and take a look. Now, there's something inside. I'm going to show you what it is in a second. But one of the things I like about my old case is that the bottom of the case easily pops in and out for both charging as well as protection. So I keep crud out of at the bottom of my AirPod Pro case. So I went to the bottom and I said, well, let's take a look at that. And so I reached down and got to dig in here, like really, actually very hard to get to. And as I pulled it, I pulled from the other side, and I'm not like exaggerating. I pulled to pop this thing up, and immediately out of the back, this little tab, this little thing that's fallen out here, whatever this is, which is the little tab that's supposed to hold it in there. You can barely see this thing. This little itty bitty cheap plastic tab pops into the back somehow. Well, I mean, I know how, there's a little hole, but I mean, there's no way this thing's gonna hold. It's not glued in. It was just stuck in with the idea that we'd be protecting somehow the back here and protecting the base. This little guy, it like instantly popped right out. So okay, not going back in. That's not happening. And it's not broken. I mean, it's a little hard to see maybe, but it's not broken. It just came out, this little thing. Okay, so fine. So maybe you go, hey, it's a defect or whatever. I don't think so, man. I'm not seeing it. So open this thing up, say, okay, there's a little sticky thing on the top here, so that's okay. And this thing, right, is supposed to, go in and be snug. And so, okay, so it's not too bad, right? I can live with that. It's and the idea is, of course, that then when you open the case, right, these two pieces become one. The angle's a little off. If you look, notice the angle's off. And if I stick it, right, so if I did make it sticky on the top, I'd effectively have to pull the AirPods case up for it to stick, and then it wouldn't be sitting any longer, right? So it could stick, I guess, if I do this right. I haven't done it. I'm not going to. I'm going to send this thing back. But the case lid doesn't seat properly. The angle's wrong for this thing. And if I try to kind of get it right, I mean, it'll open and close, to be fair, but it's not, you can see that it's not going to stick properly, except for maybe sort of the edge, weirdly, and it's not going to close and open properly. Hopefully that makes sense, right? So if it's seated, that lid is not going to fit, and it's not going to stick right. Will it close? Yes. Will it open? Yes. Does it effectively do a protection job? Sort of. And I can snap it, but what about this guy, right? The whole idea behind the case is to get full protection and not have that thing tear off in 10 seconds. And it did, is the bottom line. So, you know, I don't know where else to go with this other than, you know, excited for Pelican. Pelican is super stuff, right? Can't say enough good things about the brand. If you have any of their protective cases, and I do, they're fantastic. But Pelican needs to step back up. They need to go back to the drawing board on this thing, or maybe respec this case, because this is not going to do it. This is not Pelican, normal Pelican quality. So I'd avoid, honestly. I mean, I wouldn't go after this thing. I would definitely, you know, because that's, again, it's not going to stay. There's no way. I don't know how this is supposed to stay on here. It's just not going to do it in any form or fashion. So one last shot so you can see, right? Again, does it functionally protect the case? It does, to be fair. Have I tested to see if I can drop? I mean, it's a $40 case. Have I tested to see if I could drop this thing from 10 feet and if my AirPods would be protected? I haven't. Do I feel like it would probably protect them? Yeah, I do. Probably would. I don't even think, you know, if I dropped it from 10 feet, honestly, case probably wouldn't crack, although I'm disappointed with what I perceive to be the quality. It's just my perception. But you know, overall, I think we're missing a couple elements, and there's no way to stick that thing up there in the top with you know, so that it fits. I mean, that's kind of the point, right? So that it achieves its intended purpose. So I'm going to be sending this one back. You know, if I were you, I'd keep an eye out. That little guy's, you know, in there to help keep that stuff sticky. But I don't feel like this is the right way to go for $40. I think I'm better off with $15 on this one again for another couple of years. Maybe Pelican will get this thing sorted out. Good luck. Good luck if you decide to buy one. And honestly, if they fix this, you know, maybe I'll go back and try again.